this is Chris from Discord Live. I'm here in the studio of our bass player today, and I want to show you a product that I am really excited about. It's the Kemper Profiling Amp. Now this is the normal standard version, but in a few months, I think March or April, they're gonna release the rack version, which you can mount in a normal rack. It's a normal rack format. And they're also gonna release a Poweramp that is included with the profiling amp. So there are a lot of videos out there on YouTube and reviews and everything about the profiling amp, what it does, what it can do. So I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys already know what it does and how it works. For those who don't, very fast. So this is a digital amp, but it's not a normal amp modeling like you have from other companies. This amp profiles a real amp, and you can do it by yourself, just with a microphone or even with direct out of your amp. So you're not getting a simulation that the company who made this product thinks the amp should sound. You can do it by yourself, and the sound of this amp will sound different if you use a different microphone, a different cabinet. If you send the microphone through a different preamp, you can even EQ the whole thing, and the sound, the profile that will result with all of this will sound different, and so you can make your sound unique. What good about this thing is that the sound is amazingly accurate. I mean, we did a few profiles a few days ago, and it sounds almost the same. And the thing is, what it sounds different has nothing to do with the character. It's still the same distortion and the same feel. It's a bit in the frequency. We thought that the high frequency was a bit more boosted in the Kemper, and it actually sounded better. So what I'm gonna show you today, or what we will show you, is that we're first gonna record my Randall G3 R150. And we're gonna play through the Marshall cabinet that is in the recording room, and we have a Schehf SM57 in front of it, and we're gonna record that. I'm gonna record 2 tracks left and right on Ascent of the Fallen, just till the first chorus, and then we're gonna profile the thing, record it with the Kemper Profiling Amp, and at the end we're gonna send our profile into the effect return of the Randall. So we're gonna use only the power amp of the Randall, not the preamp, send it back to our cabinet and record that again. So what are the advantages that you get with this thing? Well, the first thing is that you can profile your own amp, and you don't have to carry your own amp around. This is very lightweight, and in the rack version it would be amazing to have that in your rack. And of course, you can share those profiles with people all over the world. So somebody who has a good amp, has a good microphone, studio, and makes profiles of the amp that you always wanted to play, you can do that. The second thing is, of course, you can have thousands of amps in there. So when you play live, or if you're recording, you can use different amps without bringing those amps into the studio. Of course, when you are in a studio recording your band, you can bring this profiler, and you see that the sound that the engineer is getting out of your amp is amazing. So you profile exactly what you hear, and then you can use it at home as well for your demo recording, or for the next album if you want the same sound. So okay, so I'm showing you the cabinet in the recording room, and I'm going to show you how we rigged up the microphone and how we're going to record that. So this is our cabinet, normal Marshall 412 cabinet, and what we have, in the control room we have the Randall amp, and with the speaker cable we just get out of the control room into the cabinet here, and we have our Schehf SM57. We tested it a bit to see what would be the best position, so we have a good sound, and the microphone cable just goes into our stage box in here, and the stage box is connected to the computer, and there we're gonna record the amp in its normal way. So this is the back of the Kemper Profiling Amp, and how you profile is very simple. You connect your guitar in the front input, and then you get out of the Kemper amp from the direct out send here, plug this into your normal amp, and the microphone, or in our configuration here, we come from the preamp that is connected to the microphone, the actual microphone at the cabinet, and you connect it here. You can also connect the normal TRS line cable here with line level, and this is how you profile. Pretty simple. And of course, this is your out. This is where you can hear your amp, and you can do a A/B comparison, the real amp and the Kemper Profiling Amp. So let's start and record the first two tracks. We're going to use the normal amp with the microphone, no EQ, no dynamics, no Kemper Profiling Amp, just into the recording software and record that. The only effect that I have in my signal chain of the guitar is a noise gate, because my amp noises a lot. Okay, so now we're gonna play only with the Kemper amp. We're gonna use the profile that we just did, and we're gonna record the same two tracks, the same part. For our last stage, so we can send the Kemper Profile to our Poweramp of the Randall, we're not getting out of the direct out. This direct out really only sends the normal guitar signal. It's perfect for recording, by the way, so you can record the amp and the direct send, so you can use that direct signal from your guitar to reamp or use anything you want, another amp modeler, or send it again into the Kemper and use a different profile. We are using the monitor output. If we use the monitor output, you can select that you don't want to simulate the cabinet, and with this you go into the effect return of our Randall amp, and you just turn up your level, and so nothing is going through the preamp, everything is going through the power amp of the Randall. So all you're hearing is the sound that comes from the Kemper. Okay, now we're gonna use only the power amp of the Randall, but we're gonna use the Kemper as the preamp. So we connected the monitor out of the Kemper to the effect return of the Randall amp, and we're gonna record it with a normal microphone. And the only thing we did is we turned off the cabinet simulation of the Kemper, and I had to turn down the bass a tiny bit because it was too full of low frequencies. We're here at my home now, we're not in the studio anymore, and I took those 6 tracks that we recorded in the studio and imported it here in my Cubase at home. So what you see here is first the yellow tracks here are the microphone recordings, so no Kemper in that. The green ones are the Kemper ones, the profile, and the red ones, or pink ones, are the Poweramp recorded again. So what I did is I cut the tracks every few bars and just put them after each other, and have the microphone Kemper, the Poweramp, microphone Kemper, Poweramp. And what I did, I also made a crossfade between all of those, so you don't have any little click in there, so it sounds okay. And very important, the Poweramp ones of course sound different, because I mean, it's logical. When you do the profile, you capture the Poweramp, you capture the microphone, you capture the cabinet, and when you use this profile and send it in a Poweramp again, and in a cabinet again, and then record it with a microphone again, you do all of this twice, so of course it sounds different. But the character is still in there. For us it was just a frequency thing, so at the Kemper we tweaked it a bit. The low frequencies were a bit loud, and you can hear the difference now. So let's listen to this. And like I said, pay attention. And you see yellow one microphone, green Kemper, red one is the Poweramp one. And now let's do the exact same thing again, but we mute the music, so we only have the amp. And again, there's no EQ or anything on this. This was just as the microphone recorded it, and just as the Kemper got it out of its output.